Hi there, I'm Requim. This time we are going to take a look at how to do fishing in Warframe. When you hear the word fishing, you may think of fishing rod, but in Warframe, fishing is done with a fishing spear. Let's start with how to get a fishing spear. First, go to the con's place on Cetus and do the bounty mission to earn points. Then, go to Hylex's place to get the fishing spear for fishing. You can get the fishing spear from the browswares. If you don't know where they are, you can easily go to their location by opening the menu and using fast travel. Once you have exchanged the fishing spear, open the menu, select Equipments and Arsenal. Then, add the fishing spear to your gear items in your arsenal. You are now at least ready to fish. However, this will make fishing a little more difficult, so you will need to buy some consumable items. The two items are luminous dye and pheroma. The blue one makes fish clear, and the yellow one makes it harder for the fish to escape when the fish spear is off. The effect lasts for 2 minutes, and when the effect wears off, the item sinks. Here's some good news for those who have been doing this for a long time. Before the fishing update, there was a blueprint to make fishing consumable items. If you have it, you can get the fishing items without spending points. Please check the foundry once. If you have fish bait, you will be able to fish more easily, but we will talk about that later. Before you start fishing, let's take a look at the world cycle. In landscape, there is a world cycle, an element in which the field changes with the time of day, just like night and day in real life. You can check it on the map. Open the map button and look the lower right corner to see the world cycle. Now, let's go fishing. Approach the lake or ocean and find the hotspot. In Plains of Eidolon, the hotspot is white bubble on the surface of the water. In Ovelisk, it is a rainbow-colored oil slick, and in Cambia Drift, you will see a blue-green aura. When you see a hotspot, equip the fishing spear. First, open the gear menu. On PC, you can open it by Q. Other devices can open the gear menu by pressing D-pad down. Once the menu is open, select the fishing spear with the mouse on the PC, on the pad on all other devices. Then, you can equip the fishing spear by clicking the mouse on the PC, cross on the PS4, and A on the Xbox and Nintendo Switch. Once equipped, throw the luminous dye into the water. To throw the luminous dye into the water, press the third ability button with the fishing spear equipped. If you want to throw pheroma, press and hold the third ability button. This brings up the gear menu and select the yellow item. When the item has been switched, the display will change. You can then use the third ability button to throw in the pheroma. This will make the fish appear more clearly and make it harder for them to escape. Aim the fishing spear and press the fire button to release the fishing spear. You can catch a fish if you can reduce the fish's health with the fishing spear. Let's take a look at the different types of fishing spear and how to switch between them. There are 2 types of Fortuna fishing spear, and 2 types of Necrorisk fishing spear, and 3 types of Cetus fishing spear. Let's change the fishing spears. With the fishing spear equipped, press and hold the first ability button to bring up the gear menu for selecting the fishing spear, and then select it to change the fishing spear. Fortuna's fishing spear will produce a bar when it catches a fish in Ovelisk. Pressing a fire button at the right spot on the bar will paralyze the surrounding fish. Necrorisk's fishing spear can also advance through the mucus, so you can get the fish in the mucus. Fortuna and Necrorisk's fishing spear can be done without any problem if you simply use the one you can get later. The problem in the Cetus fishing spear, of which there are 3 types, the Lazo, Talok, and Peron. There are 13 species of fish in the Plains of Eidolon, each of which has a different compatibility with the fishing spear. Lazo has the largest number of fish that can be used with a fishing spear. Next is Peron. With these 2, you can catch all kinds of fish in the Plains of Eidolon. Switch to Peron only when targeting Glupit, Trolloc, and Norg, and use Lanzo to catch the rest. In terms of resources, if you need Serum Beetle's shell, Trolloc eyes, or Norg brain, you can use Peram and fish with Lanzo for the rest. Now let's use a bait to attract these fish. Bait for fishing can be obtained by spending points from the location of the character in charge of fishing in each landscape. In Cetus, bait can be purchased from the Hylac, the Fisherman, and in Fortuna from Biz. Fish bait in Cambion Drift can be obtained by picking up orange or blue materials. You can also get a blueprint for processing bait at Daughter's Place to make 2 additional types of bait. To use a bait, simply use the second ability with the fishing spear equipped. To switch between bait types, press and hold the second ability to open a menu. Read the description to find out which bait corresponds to which fish, and when and where it can be used. You can then switch bait types as you would equip a gear item. Now, let's take a look at the equipment suitable for fishing. If you complete the bounty missions of Ovelisk on Venus and raise your status to the maximum, the sentinel called Oxless can be available for exchange. It displays hotspots on the map in the upper left corner of the screen and clearly shows the shape of fish. The sentinel is highly recommended as it simply makes fishing easier. Next is Meet a Kabat. It sometimes doubles the amount of fish you get. And I also recommend Warframe, which can become invisible. It is great for revenge challenges because of its invisibility. Sometimes you will be asked to catch rare fish in the NightWave challenge. If the task is to fish in Plains of Eidolon, it is recommended to aim for the Markray. You can get them whether it is night or day in Plains of Eidolon. After entering the landscape, go all the way to the left and cast Markray bait at the hotspot in the ocean. If you are fishing in Ovelisk on Venus, you can get Sinacid by scattering Sinacid bait on the hotspot in the cave and catching Sinacid. The cave is displayed on the map. Caramot appears in cave hotspot, and Toromizon in the hotspot of the lake when the world cycle is called. Sinacid bait must be scattered to appear, but other 2 do not require a bait, so it is possible to go for them. However, it takes time. Warframe allows you to port abilities using the Helminth System. To do this, you need to catch fish at Cambion Drift and have them dismantled at Daughter's Place to get the resources. The resources needed for fishing are Spiral Core Section, Saturated Muscle Mass, and Pasturant Cognitive Nodule. To obtain Spiral Core Section, use a blue bait in the cave and capture a Condori code. Then get the Statured Muscle Mass. You can easily get it from Chimaeros, a fish that can be found in many places other than caves. Pasturant Cognitive Nodule can be obtained from Cryptoscutus, which appears when the landscape of Cambion Drift is fast. After getting these fish and dismantling them at Daughter's Place, you can finally get the resources. Now we have talked about fishing at the Cambion Drift. However, the resources can be obtained by fishing at Cambion Drift can actually be obtained by using Requiem Ovelisk. So, please see the past videos about Requiem Ovelisk. This is a tutorial on fishing in Warframe. If you want to find out more about the types of fish and resources, you can look for wikis and other resources. Thank you very much for watching. We will continue to make more Warframe tutorial videos in the future. Please subscribe to our channel for more. See you next time. Bye.